Just recently, Ford unveiled the all-new Ranger Raptor. So what are we doing here driving the old one? A few reasons. 1, the new car is still 6 months away or more. 2, there's still plenty of demand for these ones. And 3, the new car is a very different proposition. So let's see if there's still a case for the old girl. As ever, like the video, subscribe to the channel and let us know your thoughts on the Raptor in the comments below. What we have here is the Ranger Raptor X, which is essentially a dress-up pack consisting of the red and black stripes, matte black exterior trim bits, a sports bar, red tow hooks and a black Ford logo on the tailgate. It'll set you back an extra $2,200 over the regular Raptor for a total of $79,390 before on-road costs, so you're looking at around 85 grand drive away. Ford offers a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty and up to 10 years of cap price servicing. This will set you back $5,150 over that time, with services required every 12 months or 15,000 Ks. When the Raptor first launched, competitors were few, but now we have the likes of the Toyota Hilux Rugged X, Nissan Navara Warrior and Volkswagen Amarok 580X trying to muscle in on its territory. By US ute standards, the Ranger Raptor is a baby, but this is still a pretty giant vehicle at 5.4 metres long, 2.2 metres wide and almost 1.9 metres tall. Ground clearance is 283mm and approach and departure angles are 32.5 and 24mm respectively, while ramp over angle is also 24 degrees. Under the bonnet is Ford's 2-litre twin-turbo diesel, producing 157 kilowatts and 500 Nm through a 10-speed automatic. On the fly, switching between rear and all-wheel drive is possible and there's high and low range. Fuel consumption is a claimed combined 8.2 litres per 100k, which with an 80-litre tank gives a theoretical range of almost 1,000 kilometres. I have frequent arguments about the Ranger interior. A couple of my mates reckon it's awful, just horrendous. Whereas personally, I don't really see what all the fuss is about. Is it basic? Yes. Is it the interior you expect of an $85,000 car? No. But everything is easy to find and there's sports seats and giant magnesium shift paddles for that Ford performance vibe. It could use a couple more storage areas as you're really limited to just the cup holders and this area down here, but the Ranger most shows its age with a steering wheel that's adjustable for height, but not reach, so thankfully the driving position is still pretty reasonable. An 8-inch touchscreen runs Ford's Sync 3 operating system with sat-nav, smartphone mirroring, digital radio, app compatibility and voice activation. In 2019, Ford updated the entire Ranger lineup with auto emergency braking, lane keep assist, speed sign recognition and driver attention assist, though it does still lag behind some newer utes like, say, the Isuzu D-Max in its safety offering. Blind spot monitoring, for instance, is absent, though visibility is pretty good in all directions. There is a reversing camera, though it's a bit low res, and while there are rear parking sensors, with none at the front it can be a little tricky to see where the nose ends. There's a reasonable amount of room back here, but as is typical of the dual cab segment, the seat itself is quite flat and upright. There's no air vents or USB outlets either, though there is a 12 volt and a very handy 230 volt outlet, but check carefully on that latter, as vehicles built after mid-2021 probably won't have that feature as it doesn't technically meet Australian regulations. The tray bed is basically 1.5 metres square with 1.1 metres between the wheelhouses. Amenities include a spray and tub liner, power locking tailgate, 12 volt socket and 6 tie-down points. Max payload is 772 kilograms, but the Raptor's 5,350 kilogram GCM means you can choose between max payload or max towing of 2.5 tonnes, but you can't have both. Now, it's not often you can say this with a dual cab ute, but the real fun to be had is behind the wheel. I don't wish to denigrate Australia's most popular vehicle segment, but let's face it, utes are fantastic for the lifestyle opportunities they afford. They're not usually actually that good to drive. The Raptor, however, is an exception primarily because of its really impressive ride. Not just by dual cab standards either, even compared to regular passenger cars. Well, I'm not trying to pretend it's a Rolls Royce or anything, there is still a bit of that dual cab shimmy, but in terms of on-road dynamics, it's definitely one of the better utes around, with one exception. These chunky BF Goodrich all-terrain tyres might look cool and be perfectly suited to the rough stuff, but they're compromised on dry tarmac and absolutely hopeless in the wet. Whether you're accelerating, cornering, or in particular braking, you always have to take into account that they basically have all the grip of wet soap. Of course, the upside of that aggressive rubber is a certain go-anywhere ability. I'm not really the person to give you a definitive off-road review, but the combination of the ground clearance, the locking rear diff, the tyres, the traction control and low range makes the Raptor better off-road than just about any other standard vehicle, bar perhaps a Gladiator or Wrangler Rubicon. There is one environment in which the Raptor absolutely shines though. Like Liam Neeson in Taken, it has a very particular set of skills, which come to the fore when you need to cover ground quickly over rough terrain. The expensive Fox shock absorbers soak up punishment, the tyres give you plenty of confidence on slippery surfaces, and there's a special Baja mode, named after the famous US off-road race, which backs off the stability control, upping the fun factor without increasing the risk factor. Admittedly, this is quite a niche talent, but just as you might take your Ferrari to a racetrack or your Porsche on a mountain driving holiday, you'd find just as much enjoyment exploring Australia's vast network of roads less travelled in a Ranger Raptor. Of course, the new Ranger Raptor will do all this and more. It'll have way more tech, be even more capable and so much faster it's not even funny. Then again, it'll also be more expensive, and a near 300 kilowatt twin turbo petrol V6 will certainly like a drink. I'm not going to stand here and say you should buy this Raptor instead of waiting for the new one. What I will say is that while this Raptor is certainly in the twilight of its life, it remains one of the most capable and entertaining utes you can buy.